بچه ها سلام. توی ویدیو امروز 2 خبر رو میخوایم با هم بررسی کنیم. امیدوارم که دوست داشته باشید و تا آخر ویدیو با من همراه باشید. عنوان خبر اول این هستش: Japan's former prime minister شینزو آبه assassinated. شینزو آبه نخست وزیر سابق ژاپن ترور شد. بچه ها PM مخفف پرایم منیستر هستش، یعنی نخست وزیر.
Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has died after being shot in the chest during a campaign speech Friday, medical officials said. The attack shocked Japan, a nation with some of the most restrictive gun control laws in the world. The 67-year-old Abe died at a hospital in Nara. He had been getting treatment there for gunshot wounds from what police described as a handmade gun. Abe was Japan's longest-serving prime minister. He resigned in 2020 because of a health problem. Videos from Japanese broadcaster NHK showed Abe speaking at a train station in Nara when 2 gunshots rang out. The former prime minister fell to the ground while holding his chest. His shirt was covered in blood. Medical officials said Abe was not breathing, and his heart had stopped after being airlifted to the hospital. Doctors tried to stop the bleeding and gave him a blood transfusion. They said Abe had deep wounds to the heart and the right side of his neck. He was declared dead at 5:03 p.m. local time. Police arrested the suspected gunman at the place of the attack. The suspect has been identified as 41-year-old Tetsuya Yamagami of Nara. He served in Japan's Navy for 3 years, until 2005. NHK reported that the suspect told the police that he was not pleased with Abe and wanted to kill him. The man also said he had made several handmade explosives and guns in the past. Japan has very restrictive gun laws that make it almost impossible to buy a gun. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida condemned the attack as barbaric, saying it took place during elections that form the very heart of Japan's democracy. Even before the shooting, Abe was expected to have a major impact on Sunday's election. During his years in office, Abe pulled Japan out of an economic recession. He built strong ties with the United States and wanted to counter China's growing strength in Asia. His goal of rewriting the nation's pacifist constitution failed because of poor public support. Japanese officials have said the election planned for Sunday will still take place. U.S. President Joe Biden said, "This is a tragedy for Japan and for all who knew him." Similar messages of shock and sadness came from leaders around the world, including from neighboring Taiwan, China, and Russia, as well as from across Asia and Europe. The attack shocked Japan. With a population of 125 million, the country had just 10 gun-related criminal cases last year. Police said 8 of those cases were related to gang activities. Tokyo, a city of nearly 14 million people, had no gun incidents, injuries, or deaths last year. Shiro Kawamoto is a professor at the College of Risk Management at Nihon University in Tokyo. He said Japanese people are in a state of shock. Kawamoto added, "This serves as a wake-up call that gun violence can happen in Japan, and security to protect Japanese politicians must be re-examined." I'm Ashley Thompson.
خب بچه ها، این از خبر اول. بریم سراغ خبر دوم. عنوان خبر دوم این هستش: Technology company launches airship over New Mexico. یه شرکت فناوری یک کشتی هوایی رو بر فراز نیو مکزیکو به پرواز درآورد.
A technology company successfully test-launched one of its airships high above the New Mexico desert this week. The company, Sky, hopes its airship will one day be able to improve internet connectivity and collect data on everything from industrial pollution to wildlife threats. The airship launched on Tuesday. The test was meant to see whether the ship could reach the Earth's stratosphere and stay there for a long period of time. The stratosphere is the upper layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It begins around 11 kilometers above the Earth's surface and ends about 50 kilometers above the Earth's surface. On Wednesday morning, Sky announced the test was a success. The result means the company is closer to being able to reproduce and sell its airship technology. The head of Sky is Danish businessman Mikael Vestergaard Franzen. He started Sky after the U.S. space agency NASA asked technology companies to think about ways to build an airship that could rise into the Earth's stratosphere and stay there for longer than 8 hours. At the time of NASA's suggestion, no airship could remain in the stratosphere for longer than 8 hours. The researchers at NASA and the Jet Propulsion Lab in California said a ship that could stay in the stratosphere for a long period of time could provide important data for scientists. Vestergaard Franzen said he was pleased with the test. In a news release, he said, "The ship holds extraordinary potential for stratospheric discovery." He said he believes the company's airships will be able to gather data on methane pollution, help get internet to parts of the world without it, and look for wildfire threats. He said he hopes the company's airships will be available for purchase in the next 18 to 24 months. It takes the company about 8 months to build each ship. Sky's airship is made from special material that reflects the sun. It runs on solar panels and lithium-sulfur batteries. The ship is designed to carry heavy equipment. The airship is filled with helium gas and does not have a crew. The ships can also carry heavy equipment. Sky is based in Roswell, New Mexico. One of the company's investors is New Mexico's Economic Development Department. Sky is also working with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and New Mexico's government to study air pollution and climate change. David Kim is Sky's Chief Technology Officer. He called the successful test a milestone moment. I'm Dan Friedel.